Welcome to another episode of Hart's Ford Ranch. I just got given this truck. I do have to give back the buckshot tires and wheels and hubcaps, but other than that, a good friend of mine gave it to me and I drove it home and he followed behind me. It's got a 6.9 liter diesel non-turbo with a C6. I don't know what package this truck is. It looks mostly base, but it does have AC and it does have I shouldn't say mostly base. I forgot it has cruise control and the nice wood grain. So it's probably at least an XL. I really dig the green interior. I can't quite tell if that was by design. I think this was they just, oh no, those are staples. Never mind, that's not by design. That's just stapling the headliner back up. It's a little smoky, but me and my friend have both determined it's probably just injector pump and the injectors. Four-wheel drive works. I haven't tried the AC. I don't really care. Most likely the truck's just going to be an engine donor, and then I'll figure out something to do with the rest of it. Throw the mail down. Awesome mirrors and everything. Oh, don't you dare. Why doesn't it want to move? I think the brakes are hung up because I had it in 4 low earlier. That's why it didn't seem to want to move. Now I'm in high. Ooh, speaking of which, I need to put it in 4. Might as well just put it in 4 high, I guess. But my friend, when he followed me, he said that there's a Ford, there's 2 Fords, there's half of a Ford, there's another Ford, there's another Ford. Excuse me. He said that it cleared up pretty good. So it's time to move the old 83 out of the driveway. So unlike my last truck, which I screwed up on and allowed water to sit on top of this very poorly designed air cleaner lid, I'm going to tape this pellet bag on top of it. Just throw a couple little pieces of duct tape on it and fold it over the back, and that'll eliminate water collecting on top of the lid until I either come up with a new lid or get the engine yanked and put into a different truck. Nothing fancy. Left the air breather hole open, that way I can spray starting fluid in it, because the glow plugs do not work on this truck whatsoever. Now, before I spray starting fluid in it, I'm going to crank it over. Just to make sure the oil pressure's up. This is kind of a thing I do on these engines when I do this. That's probably a little more than it needed, but it's got a pre-filter over the air filter. I left the air filter in it, so it shouldn't be a violent spray. Full throttle. I screwed up. I forgot to turn my second camera on so you can see the cold start smoke. So let's do that again. Just a small spritz of starting fluid. Got the second camera on so you can watch the smoke show, because this thing smokes absolutely horribly. We'll do about half throttle. The fuel tank is completely full actually. I filled it up before I drove the truck home, and it actually only took about 4 gallons and it was overflow. Ooh, baby. Yep, that's pretty bad. I'm gonna move the camera over here and get a wide angle shot of this. I'm gonna rev it up just a little bit. Nothing crazy because it's cold, obviously. IDI repair kit right there. Okay, I'm not starting fluid junkie. I just, when you have to, you have to. Brakes work pretty good, although I think the brake booster is gone, because when I was driving down the road it died on me. The brakes are pretty hard. I'm in low range, first gear. I'm not exactly sure where I should park this stupid thing yet. The crew cab is gonna go right here in this spot, and I'm gonna level it up some. That way when I'm gonna get it level-ish, that way when I put the engine in I don't have to fight uneven ground and crap like that. Oh, I forgot to point out, I got my fancy new 30-year-old tires put on the truck. I gave my buddy back his craptastic Super Swampers. Them Super Swampers just had me all over the frickin' road. I'd never driven something so squirrely. It was nasty. Hi, Merc. I gotta get rid of that old 88 cab. It ain't worth nothing. I should just cut it up and scrap it. It's not nice enough that somebody's gonna mess with it. Factory 85 diesel Ford Ranger. Mitsubishi 2.3 liter, 5-speed. Pretty awesome little truck. Well, I don't know when I'm gonna, let's see. The cab leaks this way, so actually I think I'm gonna turn it around and just pull it up towards that Ranger. Don't tell nobody, I got a Chevy bed sitting there. Probably just gonna sell it, because as much as I like old Chevy square bodies, I've never really owned one, and I don't really know when I'm gonna get one, so I should just get rid of it. And if you're not familiar with Fords, when you put it in drive, you're going to start in first, you'll go into second, then it'll kick into third. If you put it in low gear, you start in first and you stay in first. However, if you put it in second, you start in second. Now, I didn't know that until I actually owned a couple of automatics and realized what it does. Oops, I ran over my buddy's doghouse. Oh man, I so don't care. I mean, it's my doghouse now, so I can do what I want with it. And they burn me, so I don't really care if I break it. Although that's kind of a crappy attitude to have, to be honest. This light actually goes out if you shut the door. And make sure that the courtesy knob is actually off. I let the batteries drain for several hours before I realized that. Something's clicking. Huh, something's clicking. Whatever. All right. Good enough, out of the way. Thanks for watching.